If you build wealth slowly through the techniques given by those who've done it before and the tips we share on this channel, it's not a matter of if you'll get wealthy, but when. The most difficult thing that people encounter at this stage is that they want to show off what they've accomplished. Suddenly, you can afford that new Tesla you've always wanted or the beautiful house you've had your eye on for some time. However, this can be a huge trap that can destroy the empire you've built. So instead of splurging when you get rich, keep living a frugal lifestyle so you can maintain your riches and get even more wealthy while having all the things you want. Number 1, pay fewer taxes. A huge benefit of living frugally is that your cost of living greatly decreases. For instance, you don't have any major car payments, no massive mortgage payments, or any special membership or club payments. Naturally, if you have a less costly lifestyle, you'll be paying fewer taxes. In America, they have what's called a progressive tax system, which is essentially the more money you make, the more you'll be paying in taxes, specifically because the tax rate becomes larger as your income becomes larger. For example, in 2023, if you have a combined income of over $190,000, your tax rate sits at 24%. So that means you're paying just under a quarter of your income for federal taxes alone. But that doesn't include any medical care taxes, Social Security, and state taxes you pay. The highest tax rate that anyone can pay depending on their income is 37%. In fact, there are some individuals who pay up to $80,000 a year on just federal taxes. Unfortunately, a lavish lifestyle means that you're going to be paying full taxes, but this doesn't have to be the case. Living frugally allows you to take advantage of the many tax advantage accounts available because you're living below your current means. For example, you can max out your 401k and HSA, invest in real estate to benefit from property depreciation, which helps lower your taxes, make charitable donations, or use a side hustle to deduct expenses which would otherwise be a regular expense. Practicing frugal wealth allows you to make the best choices with your money. Since you have a lot of money available, you can reduce your taxes. Number 2, you can focus on what matters. There are countless things that you can buy to distract you and give you a new thrill. There are new gadgets that are released every month, new games you can play, and tons of new cars and other things that you can spend time on. But you don't need those things because they don't matter that much. Freeing yourself from wanting these things allows you to focus on what matters in life: human connection. Removing yourself from consumerism is often correlated with minimalism. And if you want to learn more about it, then subscribe to Investors Weekly, where we have lots of great videos on minimalism. This culture is full of consumerism, but it's a habit that can be very hard to kick once you're in it. When you see that Corvette in a car dealership, you think it doesn't hurt to test drive it, right? Or how bad can it be to stop by the mall to see what's on sale? However, practicing frugal wealth allows you to find happiness in what you already have instead of having to buy something new to feel fulfilled. Logically, this allows you to spend less money and spend more time with the people that genuinely make you happy. Number 3, keep us grounded. The truth is that money isn't all that important, aside from giving us the basic needs for survival. Of course, when you have your retirement accounts maxed every year, a fully funded emergency account, and money constantly going into savings, it's only normal to think that you can spend it on some luxurious things. Funnily enough, the desire to spend usually happens a lot sooner than having all the important funds taken care of. For example, when my partner and I paid off our high-interest debt and saw how much more we had, we immediately thought about what we could spend next. Luckily for us, we realized that all we really wanted to spend was to get recognized by others, and nothing stands out more than a massive mansion, right? But money isn't truly what's valuable because it's just a piece of paper, but the value comes from what we give it. This makes way for showing the importance of practicing frugal wealth. A great example of this is Warren Buffett, who has a net worth of over $100 billion. Yet, he has never moved from the same home he bought in 1958, which cost him $31,500, despite being able to buy the most expensive home on the planet. While his home is lovely, it's not a home you'd expect a billionaire to buy. So let Warren Buffett be an example that if a billionaire can live frugally, you can too. Number 4, you'll be happier. Taking a slow and steady path to build wealth is basically a guarantee to get wealthy one day. If you have a good steady income, live below your means, manage your money properly, and continually invest, it's very possible to even become a millionaire one day. However, an unexpected issue can be what to do after you've become wealthy. It's normal to be so caught up in trying to get rich, you don't even know why you're doing it in the first place. The famous quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson, "Life is a journey, not a destination," directly applies to financial independence. Harvard decided to conduct a massive study that spanned close to 80 years that followed 60 Harvard students to try and find out what made them the happiest. The conclusion was that close relationships mattered more than money or fame to keep people happy throughout their lives. It's with this study that frugal living, regardless of your financial position, can keep you happier. You'll focus more on what you have and who's close to you as opposed to the next best item. Number 5, lower expectations that people have of you. For most of us, we never had high expectations since we're pretty normal. For example, having a regular car, wearing normal clothes, and having a modest home. People will assume that you're just like them. For some, this may be a letdown. But being an average person means that nobody expects you to do anything special, which can be quite freeing. Imagine any celebrity, for example. They're always expected to look good, say funny things, or do stuff that lines up with their image. And if they don't, they immediately get shut down. There's no doubt that many celebs just want to watch Netflix in some pajamas on a Sunday, or go for a walk in the park without having to sign autographs or get their picture taken. Another instance of this is if you're a child prodigy. When you can do something exceptional at a young age, like playing piano, people expect you to be the next Chopin. But funnily enough, child prodigies don't go on ahead as much during the adult stages, meaning they become more normal as adults. An instance of this is talked about in Malcolm Gladwell's book, Outliers, where he talks about how an adult scientist with an IQ of 130 is just as likely to win a Nobel Prize as a genius with an IQ of 180. The truth of the matter is that if you show yourself to be rich with the things you have, people will assume the same. That you have $1 million bank account, lots of rich things, or a hotshot job, unfortunately, that means people expect you to pay the most, but usually those who flaunt riches are the least wealthy. If you've seen the movie Forrest Gump, the ending scene shows Forrest sitting on a tree stump after his son gets on the school bus. By the way he looks, most people would think he's a nobody. But he's a multi-millionaire, a ping pong world champion, a war hero, and even ran across America. Amazingly, he could care less what people would think because regardless of how he looks, he can do whatever he wants. Thank you for watching, and I hope that these 5 reasons helped you to see why practicing frugal wealth is important to practice. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are, and if you want to learn more about how to be frugal but not cheap, click here.